Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys back in today's video with another top 10 list. Today we're looking at the top 10 best WWE Ultimate figures of 2023. Now, quick little disclaimer off the bat. I am recording this a little differently. The other ones I would record the audio and the footage at the same time, but today I'm recording the audio separately. That way I'm able to show off some more poses, show off all the accessories and stuff. Just have a more concise top 10 list, make it look very nice. But before I start the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, share with a friend, comment, anything you can do that'll support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. I would love to make more top 10s like this. They are a bit time consuming, so anything helps. Let's get into the honorable mentions. First up, we have Jake the Snake Roberts, Ravishing Rick Rude, Logan Paul, and Razor Ramon. Sadly, these are the only WWE Ultimate figures that I missed out on this year. Did not have the chance to pick these up before making this list, so yeah, they're excluded from this. I'm sure they're great and all, but yeah. First honorable mention, Eddie Guerrero. Just a wonderful, wonderful figure. I love the attire choice. I love all the accessories. However, there is some major nitpicks from me, at least. I think the figure is just way too buff, and his skin tone just isn't right. He's too dark, okay? And I mean no offense by that. It's just look at a picture of Eddie Guerrero in real life. He was not that dark. He was very light-skinned. Still a great figure nonetheless. Next up, we have Brock Lesnar. I personally love this figure to death, but there's one major criticism from the Ultimate community, and that is that the body is way too big for the head. Yeah, I agree. The head, it looks so small on this. Of course, they're reusing the head from I believe that Ruthless Aggression Elite that came out a while back. So yeah, it just doesn't match up, and But I still love it. I still love this figure nonetheless. The next figure up we have is Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. This figure, it's a great figure. I love the figure itself, but the coat is just god awful. It's terrible. The sleeves are too long. It covers up his hands. I'm really looking forward to the release of the Cody Rhodes figure that's coming out in the main line, because it will address that issue. It have molded arms for the coat. It's just going to be so much better. I wish they had done this here, but still a great figure nonetheless. And the final honorable mention today is Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator. I love this figure as well. It's just, I wish they had chosen a different attire for Randy. I don't get me wrong, I love his current, or that RK Bro run. It's just not the first thing that would have come to mind when I would envision a Ultimate Randy Orton figure. I would much rather prefer an early 2010s, a late 2000s Legend Killer, just something other than this. It's still fine, don't get me wrong, but again, I just would have preferred something else. Alright, that does it for the honorable mentions. Let's get into the list, starting off with number 10. Kicking off the list, we have the almighty himself, Bobby Lashley. Now, this figure is just beautiful. Wait, pause. No, it's a great figure. I love the proportions. Unlike Eddie Guerrero, where it looks like an all-star character model in action figure form, this was truly matches up to just how big this dude is in person. I've seen him wrestle live. He's ginormous, Bobby Lashley is, and I think this figure perfectly captures that physicality and those proportions of Bobby Lashley in real life. I also think the likeness of the head sculpts are really well done. They're scarily accurate to Bobby Lashley in real life, and I love all the accessories he comes with. The United States Championship, I could have done without the side plates for him, just because I kind of want to put it on my other figures too, but it's fine. Love the choice of hands and the shirt as well. The only drawback is the attire. I just think it's an eyesore, that Ronald McDonald looking attire. I think his black and gold Hurt Business gear would have been great. Even like a Ruthless Aggression attire, that would have been awesome as well. But yeah, I'm fine with it though. I'm fine with it. It looks good. For all those reasons, Bobby Lashley earns the number 10 position. Who's that coming in at number 9? RUY Mysterio? Here we go. That was awful. Yes, coming in at number 9, we have the Master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. Oh, man. And, I mean, look, this isn't fair. I'll admit that. Look, he's my favorite wrestler of all time. There's no one I love more than Rey Mysterio, my hometown hero. If this list truly was, like, up to me, like of personal favorites, he would definitely be up there, and you're probably gonna see him on my personal top 10. But anyways, yeah, I just think this is a really well done figure. I love hit the entrance gear, reminiscent of the WrestleMania where he won the World Heavyweight Championship, man, and it's just a feel good moment, and it's just great to have that in the Ultimate Collection. Yeah, just a great choice of attire. My only drawback is I wish he came with the World Heavyweight Championship, but that's an easily fixable problem. The World Heavyweight Championship, they include that with like almost every figure nowadays, so it isn't too hard to get your hands on like an extra one. Yeah, but that's just like the only nitpick that I have for this figure. I think he's great. I love the proportions, the size of him. It's just perfect all around. That's why Rey Mysterio comes in at number 619. No, that doesn't work. And that is why Rey Mysterio is at the number 9 position. And coming in at number 8, we have the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. I love this cloth singlet. It is just absolutely stellar. And the choice of attire is good. I kind of would have liked like something from the Ruthless Aggression era, but I understand like this is for all the Attitude Era collectors. I just hope we get another Ruthless Aggression, Kurt Angle, Perk Angle later on. But for now, like this is just a great one to have in the collection. The likeness on the smiling head sculpt is scarily accurate. Like it looks exactly like him. And he comes with some awesome accessories, the medals and the title belt. The proportions are a little bit weird, he's, again, like, just like Eddie, just looks way too blown up. I feel like they do that for a lot of the figures, like Roman Reigns last year. Yeah, just way too big for my taste. And that crying head sculpt, look, I understand what they're going for, but man, does it look bad. But I gotta commend Mattel for, like, trying something new. I love those head sculpts that are just way out there. Despite those nitpicks, Kurt Angle is good enough to earn the number 8 spot. Because coming in at number 7, we have Razor Ramon. Yeah, the bad guy himself. I know in my honorable mentions I said I didn't pick up Razor Ramon this year. Well, actually, I didn't pick up the regular version. Instead, I picked up the Chase, and I know a lot of collectors just weren't like super excited about this version over the regular because it had already been done in the Elite line. But this is not the Elite line. This is the Ultimate line. So this was just a absolute delight to have. And it's probably the most recent one that I was able to acquire. I got it for like $25, I think. A great deal. And I just love the proportions. I love the face sculpt. And the accessories are all great as well. And honestly, like I put him this high because the purple gear is his like quintessential look. Like whenever I think about Razor Ramon, I think of that purple gear. It's just a perfect addition to the shelf. That is why he earns himself the number 7 spot. Rest in peace, Scott Hall. Coming in at number 6, we have the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Heart. Yeah, this was a Target exclusive. And by the way, all the Target exclusives this year were phenomenal. I'll get to that. I'll get to another one later on. Uh, but yeah, I just love this gear. And finally having a Bret Hart with the butterfly shoulder joint is a blast. It's been so much fun posing this guy around. I just love how vibrant the pink is. It just makes this figure stand out even more. I know, like, his quintessential look in my mind is like the black leather jacket, but this one just does it for me. I love how he just stands out on the shelf among the collection. Yeah, that jacket looks amazing, and I love the head sculpts. I love the all the hands he comes with. The only thing that would have made this figure better would be if he came with like the winged eagle championship belt. That would have made this figure. That would have raised it up like a few positions in my mind. But for what it is just the best there ever was, the best there ever. Sorry, no, it's good. It's a great figure, and that is why he earns himself the number 6 position. Coming in at number 5, we have Mr. Monday Night, the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam, RVD. Yeah, this was a Walmart exclusive, I believe, under their Ruthless Aggression line. Just a ton of fun to pose around, this one is, and I love the steel chair he comes with, just to do that Van Daminator. Now, the head sculpts, one of them is great. However, the other one is another goofy head sculpt, from Mattel. Again, I appreciate all the goofy head sculpts that Mattel gives us. It's just that this one is really bad. Yeah, I'm never putting that one on. But I love the ponytails as well. You could swap them out, just so show them like flying through the air. Has a decent selection of hands. I think the one accessory that I'm the most jazzed about that comes with this figure, however, is the spinner belt. It being able to spin and having John Cena's name on it. I immediately threw that onto my other Ultimate Edition John Cena figure just because, why not? And before I end this, like, I love the choice of attire. Like, this is the perfect attire choice for an Ultimate figure. This was him at his peak, and sadly he never got back to this point, but it's good to have it in the collection nonetheless. That is why RVD gets the number 5 spot. And coming in at number 4, we have the ringside exclusive Usos. Yeah, Jimmy and Jay. Let's get the obvious nitpick out of the way. Jimmy's hair. It is terrible. Why? Just why? That's like really the only complaint that I have about this set. Everything else about it is perfect. I love the accessories. Those t-shirts are fantastic. I love all the hands they come with. Those title belts, those tag titles, phenomenal inclusion. Truly the only thing that's holding this set back is Jimmy's hair sculpt. I think had they used like the newer one that's coming out soon, I forget which Elite Wave, but if they had used those hair sculpts instead, I think the set would have been like easily top 3 contender. But that hair sculpt is awful, god awful. And they put a whole lot of love into the attires. They're matching. I love that. And the tattoos look phenomenal as well. Just really solid all around. And that is why they earned the number. And coming in at number 3, we have the phenomenal AJ Styles. Man, this figure is super underrated. I've been like looking at a lot of like year-end top 10s, year-end countdowns of like people's favorite WWE figures throughout the year, and like this is the one that I just like rarely see people talk about. And I think that's because he came out super early in the year. He's one of the first Ultimates released, and he just isn't paid his dues, in my opinion. I think this figure is just leaps and bounds better than most that came out this year, except for two others that I'm going to get to. The attire choice is great. I love the t-shirt and the little vest with the hoodie. There's so many variations you could do on this to make the figure stand out even more. Would I have gone with this one? This is another case like Randy Orton. This is a more modern take on AJ Styles. Me personally, I would have preferred something from like earlier in his WWE run. However, I'm like perfectly fine with this. The alternate hands are great as well, and I love the detail of them like painting the inside of the glove, so he's not able to do the signature hand gesture fully just because the articulation is kind of limited. That's a bit of a bummer. The paint apps on this figure are super crisp, and I love the articulation. I love the head sculpts. It looks exactly like him. For all those reasons, AJ Styles earns the number 3 position. And coming in at number 2, we have the great one, the People's Champion, the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment, The Rock. Another Target exclusive. Man, what can I say about this figure that hasn't been said already? He is just such a breath of fresh air to those who missed out on the original Rock, who missed out on the more modern Rock figures. It is just such a great opportunity for those collectors like myself. I wasn't into WWE figures back then when that original Rock had come out, so getting this in hand, it just felt so good. And not only was it a great opportunity for those who didn't get that original Rock, I in fact think this one is a lot better. The articulation is updated with those butterfly shoulder joints, and the accessory, the whole jumpsuit from his heel run is just a fantastic inclusion, and the likenesses are phenomenal. I love those head sculpts; they look super accurate, and the alternate hands and heads are electrifying, and the proportions are just perfect. It just looks like he leaped off the TV into action figure form. It's just it's near perfect all around. I think the only thing that would have sent this figure like above and beyond would have been like the inclusion of the classic Attitude Era WWE Championship. That would have made this figure just perfect, and perfect all around. But despite that, like, this figure is still perfect. I cannot praise this figure enough. It is so much fun to pose around, and I love just taking pictures of him. It's just so charismatic, even in action figure form. I love it so much. And that earns The Rock the number 2 spot. The Rock says, The Rock. Oh, yep. And coming in at number 1, we have Seth freaking Rollins. Dude, this figure is just so much fun. While not having as much to offer as other Ultimates on this list in terms of accessories, like a title belt or a weapon, Seth more than makes up for that with just how fun he is to pose around. I had such a blast just posing him around, taking pictures of him. I just love the sculpt, the articulation. The choice of ring attire, while not the flashiest Seth gear, is still great. I love the simplicity of it. And man, that entrance robe, that entrance attire, it just looks so good. I love the fur goods and how colorful it is. He has a fine selection of hands, and dude, those head sculpts, I love the sad one. I love like the snarling one, and the mouth open. He's just so animated, and I love that because it makes posing him so much more fun. There are like just a very small amount of nitpicks that you can make about this figure, but even then, like, those wouldn't be valid. Like, of course, it would have been better to have like him with a bleach in his hair or with the current World Heavyweight Championship. But again, like, this figure is not really based on his current look. It's based on his look from like a year or two ago. So I'm perfectly fine with the exclusion of those. So for all that and more, Seth Rollins earns himself the number 1 spot, making him the best WWE Ultimate action figure to come out in the year 2000. 2023. Alright, that'll do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Anything you can do that'll support the channel will be greatly appreciated. The only top 10 that I have left for the year 2023 is my personal favorites. You know, expect to see figures that I've already talked about from my Marvel Legends, from my Star Wars The Black Series, and from this list to be on that list, as well as some other import figures from some other figures from different lines, Mayfex, SH Figure Arts, stuff like that. It's just gonna be a scramble of some of my favorite figures from last year. So again, look forward to that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.